Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Gamer Strategies. I'm your host, Mr.CanKnotNot, and today I have some pretty interesting news. Now, I wrote to Epic concerning a few interesting features and a few things that I was interested in, ranging from maybe a few features that I didn't quite understand being in the game, to a few things that is mostly talked about and debated within the Fortnite community. I asked, and they actually did respond. Now, I do have a list here I do have to put up. You'll see it in the video. But I have a email that I sent them with a list of things that I was interested in learning about when it comes to Fortnite as a whole. Now, this is really interesting. So, my first question was it okay for me to make a video on them? Of course, they did send me the link that you'll see in the response later on. They answered a few questions, but I would like to go over and discuss a few reasons to maybe the yes or the no, or why they weren't able to answer it. Now, they did say they were not able to answer everything, and I respect that. There's probably a few things that they don't want told because they don't want anyone to mess with stuff. So I'm going to be sharing my opinion and my reasoning behind it that would explain why they're doing it. Now, my first question is, besides the recording, because I actually have a straight out answer, is what was the reason behind no buying or selling accounts, which would also include any the trading items got removed. So in short, previously in older seasons before I got into playing, there used to be a feature where you can trade skins. Now people were using this to sell skins. That wasn't okay, and Epic didn't quite like it, so they removed it from the game. What I think their reasoning is that they didn't want anyone to get scammed, and they didn't want anyone to say, well, I got scammed because people were using this site to go over and scam and to make money. Now, this goes against the terms of service, which I will post in response to what they said to go for. So what I'm thinking is because people were using the things to scam and make money, Epic didn't want to get blamed for what people were doing, and they didn't want anything like this to happen, so they said, you know what, we're just going to cut it. Now, there are a few different solutions to this, but I'm going to leave it that they did what was in the best interest for us users in this situation, and I agree with it to some extent. Still kind of am unsure about it, and I think it would be interesting to see maybe verified ways to buy or sell accounts, maybe having a Epic Trade forum going where you can actually exchange accounts, or Epic could actually monitor exchanges between users of accounts or something like that. Just my idea, I'm just kind of putting it out there. My second question was, what is the main reason for not bringing back or remaking most of the old skins from the item shop in Fortnite, and will we be seeing any of the return of the old skins in the Battle Pass as well? Now, I'm thinking that this would be kind of to correlate with the not being able to buy or trade skins. I think it's kind of along the same lines. So what they're doing is, and I think a few of the YouTubers actually covered it really well in how they explained it. In short, they're trying to combat the value of the older skins by either making them release sooner so they're not necessarily original, but also making it so that uh, the value or the want of the skin also disappears because maybe there's a newer variant, such as we saw with the Blaze skin or the new Renegade Raider skin. So I think this kind of ties in with the other one. You again will see every single response from the support team. Maybe I'll throw it up on the screen now and actually go through the response as I'm going through. And then I have what determines matchmaking as far as rank goes, whether it's the lowest level player in the lobby or what rank does it have. In short, they redirected me to an article which you'll see, which in short just says that matchmaking would be based off of levels, so that it'd be more equivalent. They added bots in, but as you were to progress, you'd see less and less until you're actually playing with more players. Um, to me, it seems kind of weird, but it works for now. I'm actually facing players that I feel have that are more along my skill set, so I kind of really like where it is now. my next question after that is, what is your / Epic Games logic behind vaulting and unvaulting specific items instead of maybe nerfing or buffing them so it's balanced? Does this have anything to do with theme? If so, how many situations have there been where an item has been vaulted or unvaulted? There was no response there, and I can only think of theme or just kind of being a little too strong in whether either the player's opinion or the staff opinion. I think it would be more of among how the game would feel with the item still in there. Now, this next question is there any counters for griefers in customs like fashion shows? Now, I actually saw a video where someone, or a live stream, where someone had a few griefers, and they literally said, go over and report them, because there is a way to go over and report them. So, I didn't necessarily get a direct response from, but Epic Games does have it that if anyone is not following the objective, in the case of the fashion show, they're not following what the custom lobby is made for, they're not being kind, you can report them. So that is in place. The following question that I had was, is the supporter creator code needed to request uploads of maps? And if so, how strict is the 1,000 or 10,000 follower count rule? Now, I think the reason why they have the follower count rule isn't just to monitor how long you've been playing, but in fact is more of a validity statement of who you are, and so that you are actually getting the proper amount of support or activity by showing that you have enough people following you or would be actually making an income and are actually getting attention. Because I don't think Epic would want to go over and pay someone for advertising if they weren't advertising. I didn't get a question for this one, and I don't think it's quite relevant, but I basically, in short, was asking if there was any chance of toys being re-released. This will tie into their answer later on when I show it. Now, this next question is pretty interesting, and I would really like to see this implemented some way as either a forum or some form of program at some point. But the question is, are there any programs in place where people can actually make skins, design them, whatever, and that if they're sold, they can actually get V-Bucks or money depending on the agreement. Now, what I'm thinking is it'll be kind of like the creator code type thing. You have to verify that you are a content creator or at least have some experience in this field. And you can sign up for the paid or the actual money if you maybe do it on a regular basis, and it's not just like a hobby or something like that, but you actually make money by making 3D models or sketches. You could end up signing up for this paid method of reimbursement for your skin being used and sold in game. And this one is, are there any known debug methods that players can use in game? And this is kind of me kind of stating it, but I actually found out that if you're jammed and you're in squads, have your teammates throw a grenade at your feet and it unsticks you. It's worked for me about a good 90% of the time. One time I unstuck beforehand, but I think there was some weird lag spike and something happened and it snapped me out of it. Now that's the end of my questions and my opinions. Now I'm going to take a look at their answers to my questions, and I will run through them. Now, as far as recording goes, I'll actually put a clip it up now, and they basically said, "Thank you for contacting us. Your case has been assigned to me," which is the person who took the case. Thank you very much if you're watching this. They said, "It's always great to hear we have such enthusiastic and devoted players such as yourself. I would than be happy than provide you with some information regarding our game. Please bear in mind that we are unable to disclose all the information you have requested, but I'll do my best to help conduct your research." First question, which is the one about the recording, but I think it also has to apply with the buying and the selling of skins and why it got removed, because the user agreement has a specific thing, and literally it kind of summarizes why a lot of things were added or removed from the game at this point, which is very interesting. So if you want to check it out, the link is right there. You can actually find it for yourself and you can do some searching. But here's what I found. I'll have the segment highlighted. This is very interesting. as far as everything goes, they have a very fine line of what it is. To the skins and the items, they said, additionally, I'm very happy to hear that you're interested in our older skins. The support team is not familiar with the shop rotation and which items will be introduced in the shop in the future. This information is kept secret by our developers, and they don't even know, which I think is very interesting and very unique, that there's this element of surprise the developers have, and the support team works with them, but they keep this level of surprise even amongst themselves, which I think is really cool. And honestly, I kind of like that. It's an air of mystery. They gave me the link for the matchmaking, which I explained what that was too. And then they say that we always strive to make our matchmaking fair. And then they say here, I can see you wish to know if we offer any official forums where other players can share their custom designs and outfits. I must inform you that for the time being, there is not any official forms. Thus, if you come across any, you should be aware that it does not reach Epic Games in any way, which means everyone, all those V-Bucks scams, this is in the same boat. Be mindful. Unless it's officially Epic branded on the Epic Games website, don't trust it. Now, I want to thank the person who took care of this. You know who you are. You dealt with it. You can see the message that I put here in the response. I hope you all found this very useful. I honestly am actually quite surprised with a lot of the responses. I did not necessarily expect to get this. And honestly, I have to say, thank you, Epic Games, and for everyone on the support team and the development team, because you make some really good content and you allow us all to have a great time. And honestly, without you, most of us would be just sitting around bored without anything to do, and most of us wouldn't have any ideas for content. So, honestly, thank you all at Epic Games for making such a great game. Now, I'm gonna leave this rest of this match playing that you've seen in the background playing for about 2 to 3 minutes more. I can probably talk about a few ideas if I think of them, but for right now, I'm just gonna call it here, and I'll see you at the end of the video. Okay. That was enough of the time lapse. I actually kind of ran out of that video. Yeah, so I hope all of you enjoyed this little discussion that we had. Please let me know down below maybe features that you would like me to ask about, and maybe a few suggestions that maybe I could ask about, because honestly, I'd be interested to see what people have to say, as much as I have questions about the game. Uh, as I said in the stream, a few other video ideas are on the way. It's taken me a while to get schedule and stuff like that worked out. I do have an upgrade that I have to do, so a lot's going on. I hope all of you have enjoyed this. I hope it helped a lot and maybe cleared up a few questions, maybe made some new ones. Leave a few questions down below, and I'll see you all next time. Mr.CanKnotNot signing out.